Lord is our shepherd, I shall not want him. Make an eye like down in a green pasture. Him leadeth I beside still water them. Him restoreth I soul. Him leadeth I in the path of righteousness for him name's sake. Yea! Though I rasta, I go walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I can't fear no evil. For thy rod and thy staff, them comforted I and I. Unu prepared a table before I in the presence of our enemy them. Unu anointed I head with unu oil, me cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy I go follow I all the days of my life. And me I go dwell in the house of the Lord God. Jah! Kadama we groma bea tela exag beer tanaista lina bashante shante shante shante. Kadamawe. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonam, where we speak truth to power. Now here we don't criticize, but if we must criticize, we'll do it on only one condition: to build and not to destroy. That is why we keep saying we are in the service of God and country. This is the Black Pot. Come here. And my name, Blakk Rasta. Now, in every traditional African home, there is a black pot, and each time this black pot sits on the fire, there's something super sumptuous, cooking ingredients of so many different types, shapes and sizes, aromas, and even flavors come together in this big, great black pot. Subjected to some good amount of heating, they produce sumptuous food in all its palatability for the nutrition of the whole family. And the food drags together all the family in unity. This is what we do right here in the Black Pot. We bring several ideas into play, and then we pick up the best, which we use to solve our problems right here in Ghana, in Africa, and on our land. Here we don't criticize, but if we must criticize on only one condition: to build and not to destroy. That is why we keep saying we are in the service of God and country. This is the voice of the people, and the voice of the people is the voice of God. We're going to be doing this in 30 minutes, so it starts counting now. First story, remember to pick up our numbers on the screen and do business with us. Click on the like button and please share the broadcast. McDAN'S ElectroChem shut down. McDAN'S ElectroChem shut down. Now, McDAN'S ElectroChem came into being in 2017 as it was registered. It is the biggest salt mine in the whole of Africa. In fact, this is the Songo salt, housed in the Songo Lagoon. Now, McDAN was able to get the concession to take over the whole Songo Lagoon. Come here! Now, there was a time this beautiful lagoon had so many different people taking concessions. There was a problem. There was a shooting. A beautiful woman by name Margaret Kuono was shot and killed right there inside Adan. All because of the Songo salt, as you can see here. So nutritional and at the same time very spiritual. My brother, some Cubans were called in to come and investigate exactly what happened and how they would be able to avert such situations in the past. I'm talking about the Ghanaian people. So the Cubans came in. Why the Cubans? Because at the time, Cuba was known so much for salt production. So when Cuba came in, it studied the whole Songo Lagoon, and it came out that under no circumstances should one man be given the whole concession of the Songo Lagoon, or else there'll be problems. It was also said in the master plan, the final document of the findings of the Cuban people who came to deal with the Songo Lagoon investigation, that the people's livelihoods depended so much on the Songo Lagoon salt. And therefore, if one man came in to monopolize the whole thing, there would be trouble. In the days of Jerry John Rawlings, it was adhered to, because Jerry John Rawlings was the one who employed, or better still, contracted the Cubans to come in for this very beautiful Songo Lagoon investigation. Now see what happened next. After Rawlings left, other governments came in. When Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo came in as president, he decided to give the whole of the Songo Lagoon as a concession to one man. Of course, after the chiefs of the area were clamoring for an investor for the lagoon salt, the investor was this man. Little did the people know that the whole concession was going to be given to one man. In fact, several hectares of land. My brother, my sister, from when McDAN took the Songo Lagoon concession and called it the Electrochem Ghana Limited, he's never had his peace. Shooting, killing of people, beating up of people, fighting amongst the indigents, my brother, my sister, to try and drive McDAN away from the concession, because they believed that it was given to them by their ancestors and nobody should stop them from going to the seaside to get salt. All they expected was that McDAN would be given some portion of the lagoon and not the whole lagoon. But McDAN came in and said, if I don't have the whole lagoon, then I don't want to do business. And he got it because he has political muscles and much more. Now, after he took it, I'm sure if he had known that this was going to be the problem, he would have hesitated. But no, he went into the area with the support of some chiefs initially. He got the place. Government power, political power. Today, McDAN is crying. Remember that his private jets aviation right there at the airport has been closed down. Remember there were so many demonstrations earlier this week and even weeks before around Electrochem and beyond for non-payment of salaries and wages. And McDAN, in an interview with me, yours truly, said we always owe, but we make sure that we pay. It looks like McDAN has fallen on bad days. But what truly is the issue? He was affiliated so much with the party in government until there was a change of leadership. He was warned before that should his party, the NPP, leave power, he would find himself in a boiling pot of hot okra soup. And it looks like it's not only okra soup, but crabs and lizards have been added in this okra soup pot. And McDAN is sweating it out. Could it be political? Could it be non-political? Well, a couple of days ago, something happened again at Electrochem. And this is a manager of McDAN narrating to us exactly what happened at Electrochem. Watch this.
Mobile pumping machines. They seized a couple of motorbikes. They took away a couple of air conditioners. They started stealing salt that worth over millions and millions of dollars. And we are being told that this is not the end. This is just the tip of the iceberg. As I speak right now, we receive intelligence that within the next 30 minutes, a community called Bonikope plan to storm the concession to completely take over. They send warning to our staff that are living in the bungalow that all of them must evacuate immediately. There are no Electrochem staff or Electrochem employee would be allowed to continue their normal work. The company has been shut down right now.
So you heard him loud and clear, a manager of Electrochem. He said some hoodlums, some hooligans, some vandals broke into Electrochem and stole salt worth millions of Ghana cedis. They also stole air conditioners and some other such things. And they said that they were going to return. According to him, they have affiliations with the new party in power, the NDC. And according to what he said, in 30 minutes, the new group will be coming to take more. My brother, my sister, it looks like we are in trouble. Mahama has already told everyone who is engaged in this kind of vandalism and looting to stay away. That was what the NPP did when they came into power somewhere in 2017. They went around hijacking almost every government office in the name of the party and the party foot soldiers. Today, we don't want to have a lawless environment where anybody can just get up and go into any institution, get into any office. Oh, I am a foot soldier of the NDC and I'm coming here to claim what is mine. No, it's not an animal farm. Did it happen at Electrochem or not? Where was McDAN'S security? Because I know there are men there who are always armed to the teeth night and day. What is happening to McDAN? Is his empire gradually crumbling down? Now, there's one big lesson we can all learn. Until we make our institutions work, we shall be controlled by the vicissitudes of politics. If my party is in power, I'm a king. When my party gets out of power, I become a servant, a slave. Until we are able to let the nation run without regard to which party is in power, we are doomed. We are still in slavery. It's sad what we hear on radio and on TV. Wait until my party is in power. We shall deal with this corrupt situation. We shall deal with that. The institutions must work. And all those going around in the name of party foot soldiers, causing mayhem. What is the police doing? Let law and order prevail. Nobody has the right to steal any property belonging to the nation. It's not your property. It's the property of the nation for all of us. One man cannot go and take it and say it's for him. No, sir. And to McDAN, I'm sad this is happening to you. But when you overly rely on politics, oh, my people are in power, and you go in and get whatever it is, when your party is out of power, you must give it back. Unfortunately, that is the situation we have in the nation. I remember asking McDAN in the days, now your party is in power, or you have some people in power, they favor you. When they leave power, what happens to Electrochem? He told me, Blakk, Rasta, don't worry, I'm comfortable. They can come and close it down. I will go for judgment debt. That's what he told me. Judgment debt. The nation signed it to him, assigned everything to him. Therefore, he has taken it. Whatever happens to the company that is untoward to the development of his business, he will go out and demand judgment debt. The nation would have suffered. That is why our leaders must use common sense and brains, or else we are in trouble. To McDAN, sad it is happening one more time, but let's all come together and demand wise governance, devoid of all the political shenanigans, or else those jingoisms will come around us like albatrosses around our necks. Is the Black Pot, aka Kokoshonam, and here we speak truth to power. Hey! Hey! Wayo! It's the Black Port, aka Kuku Showdown, and here we speak truth to power. Away from McDAN. Next one. Remember to click on the like button and remember to also share the broadcast. Mahama orders IGP to find election killers. We all remember 2020, the elections. Bam, bam, bam. Innocent souls were gunned down. Their lives taken from them prematurely. No investigation was ever ordered into this. My brother, Mahama promised during his campaign tour that he would institute an investigation into the deaths of the electorates. And he has made it happen. A few days in power, he has fulfilled his promise. He has asked the IGP, Dr. Dampare, that's him, to go into the issue, deal with the issue, and find the killers of those innocent souls during the elections. Shall we get the details? Breaking. President Mahama orders Dampare to investigate 2020 and 2024 election-related deaths. Run it, my youth. Now, the President of Ghana, John Dramani Mahama, has, through the Executive Secretary, written to the Inspector General of Police, Dr. George Akufu Dampare, to request an investigation into the deaths recorded during the 2020-2024 elections. Now, in a letter dated Friday, and that's today, January 10, 2025, the presidency stated that it has become imperative to serve justice to the victims and families of the dead. I've been instructed by His Excellency John Mahama to formally request your office to initiate immediate investigations into the tragic deaths of Ghanaian citizens during the 2020-2024 general elections. These incidents, which occurred in various parts of the country, have left a lasting scar on our democratic process. And it is imperative that justice is served for the victims and their families. The letter read. That's it. It's good that Mahama has decided to institute this. And this is the letter from the Office of the Presidency, addressed to the Inspector General of Police, Dr. George Akufu Dampare. And he's supposed to be dealing with this. Now, there is something quite interesting. Dampare was the IGP at the time when Mahama was even not president yet. Do we have to go to the police and say, investigate this before they start investigating? I just want to know. Dampare was in power. Why did he not investigate this? Until a new government is in power and is being asked to investigate it. So if a man shoots another man in front of the police station and he dies, will the police investigate the death, or they will wait until some other power comes to say, police investigate this death? I want to understand it. You are in power. We all clapped for you that you had some beautiful glimpses of brilliance, right? In your office as the IGP, we all clamored around the president to make you the substantive IGP at the time you were acting, because we found out that you were real. Why couldn't you investigate the deaths? Or were you stopped from investigating those deaths by your boss, Nana Akufo-Addo? And if you were truly stopped, then you are a coward. Nana Akufo-Addo has no right to stop the police from doing its work. If the police is out there to do its job, and Mr. President comes with his dwarfish body and says, hey, stop this investigation, watch me. Mr. President, I don't come to teach you how to govern the nation. You have no right to teach me how to police the nation. Let the president sack you so that the whole nation will show the president that it took the nation to vote him into power. It's the same cowardly thing Bawumia did and now was the sympathy of this nation. He will rot in his cowardice. You sat down for this guy called the president to treat you like a canker worm. At the end of the day, you came back and said, I was only a mate, such as, sure. I was going to use the word stooge, but I decided to stay back. I will not use it. Bawumia is the biggest coward this nation has ever had as a vice president. Coward! And I'm still angry with him. I don't know what he can do to appease me and other Ghanaians who are angry. The trust that we had in this guy, young and affable, with power. This guy went in there. The first thing he started to do was to grow a pot belly. And we knew that we're in trouble. Overeating and oversleeping on the job. We suspected that something funny was happening. And it's always been like that. They go for somebody from the north and make him or her a vice president. Right after that, you only become, what is that thing called? Koliko. You know what Koliko is, right? A puppet. They puppet you. MAHAMA was a puppet. Let truth be told. He was only busily being sent around to commission toilets and bathrooms and so on and so forth. Today he dies and they name a whole stadium after him. He could have done more. But did they give him the chance? No. No wonder when he decided to contest the party's presidency, what happened to him? They relegated him to the 1 millionth position. They don't respect you. If I were Bawumia, the whole world would have heard about me. Mr. President brought me here to turn me into a stooge, into a cockroach. He brought me here to turn me to Koliko, aka a puppet. I'm not ready for that. Despite everything, ASIEDU, with all the noise he made, that he was going to stand firm and fight corruption in this nation. When he finally ran out and was disappointed, at least I clapped for him for one reason. He said the president was the mother serpent of corruption, and no matter what he did, they were putting stumbling blocks in his way. Therefore, he decided to leave, albeit too late. But he left. Bawumia sat down, grew a pot belly over a period of 8 years. And finally, he comes to tell us, oh, I was only, a mate. You're not even ashamed. A grown-up man like you. You're a mate. You are crazy. Get out of here. You think we are here to joke? They think we are little children and we are ready for their circus. If Dan Paris was not able to investigate this, had to wait for another government to come in and institute a certain investigation, then I don't know what the police in Ghana stands for. I honestly don't know. I could be shot right in front of the police station, no investigation, because there's a dirty somebody sitting somewhere who claims he's the president or whatever, who says no investigation because our own killers are involved. Then we are not qualified to even be called IGP. I want to understand this better. What prevented that investigation? The whole Ghana police couldn't come together. CID, the rest of them, under that umbrella, couldn't give justice to these people. Why? I want to know. I don't know what you think, but I have thought what I have thought, and I've given you my mind. It's the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushonamo, and here we speak truth to power. Hey! Hey, way! Wayo!
Blackpot. Coco show man.
It's the Blackpot, aka Coco Show, man. Here we speak truth to power. Can we look at your messages? What do you have in the pipeline? Ibrahim Aoudi says, hello, Black Rasta. Hi, Ibrahim. Fauzi Delson Fa says, Black Rasta. I remember my black is double K, BLA double K, please. Michael Amuzu says, God richly bless you, my brother. Batia Al Hakim Santi. This one is from my hometown. Batia. Evening, Black Rasta. Keep doing the good work. I love you, man. Mubarak NBK says, oh, Ghana, my motherland. Mark Romeo Fori says, good evening, Professor Black. We are watching you from Oakfield, Tescos. All right. One boy says, the king is here, impacting wisdom onto us. Wayoy. Andrew Amenyo says, I salute you. Now, Bon Pyramid says, good evening, Black Rasta. Listening to reggae music draws me closer to God than scriptures and verses. Reggae music in a me bone. Wayoy. Says, watching this show live from the capital of the world. Tumu. Salute. Yelmio Tuala. Greetings, Black Rasta. Trust God. You are doing well. Big love and respect to you. Thank you so much, Yelmio Tuala. Grace Saki says hi. And I say hi. To my darling says, lovely quote of the day. Thank God it's Friday. All right. It is what it is. Keep more messages coming in. Certainly, much more will be happening. We have one more story and we are done. Remember to take the numbers from off the screen and do business with us. Remember to also click on the share button so many more people can watch this broadcast. Next story. ASIEDU NKETIAH'S son sacked. It's a sad story, but it tells you what we've been saying all this while. Institutions are not working in this country. It's dog, niam, dog. That's what we say in Jamaica. Dog, niam, dog. It's a hanky-panky business. It depends on who you know. It's not about what is contained upstairs. Hey, you can be the most brilliant man on earth if you don't know the vice president's younger brother's girlfriend's sister's boyfriend who once smoked in Tampi and they couldn't arrest him because he was related to the vice president's former girlfriend's uncle's brother's sister's uncle. You get no job. How many people pass their examinations in the village? Better than those in the city. Yet the chorus is, oh, if only you knew somebody in Accra, then you would get a good school. No, sir. The institutions have fallen apart like a house of cards. ASIEDU NKETIAH is telling a sad story. This is ASIEDU NKETIAH, and you see him as a sign. Oh! And people put sound effects there. Yeah. I like him. His other name is General Mosquito because of his smallish body size and some other things. My brother, I respect him a lot. The other day, he wore his wife's blouse and it was big news all over the place. He is a very dramatic man. He has told a sad story that happened to him when he was in opposition. Run it, my youth. Sack him or we revoke your license. ASIEDU NKETIAH recounts how his son lost his job. Run it, my youth. Watch this. Now, the national chairman of the National Democratic Congress, the NDC, Johnson ASIEDU NKETIAH, has alleged that his son was sacked from his job when the new Patriotic Party assumed office. In a video shared by social media influencer K on Friday, January 10, 2024, he shared his son's experience, citing politically motivated actions targeting individuals that were not aligned with the NPP-led government at the time. Recounting the incident, he emphasized that his son, who had secured the job on merit, faced dismissal shortly after the NPP took power, despite no evidence of misconduct or incompetence. Now look at how the story unfolds. My son was working at a private company at a port, and then when NPP won, they actually went and then threatened the managing director of that company. That sack ASIEDU NKETIAH'S son or revoke your license. Explained. The national chairman of the NDC explained that he has, however, raised his children to endure such challenges. I bring up my children to also accept that type of thing. The astute politician has been an assemblyman, a member of parliament, and the longest serving general secretary of the NDC, which is prior to his current position as the national chairman of the NDC. Run it. Dash it away. Now watch this. ASIEDU NKETIAH, the story is telling, is not unique to him. That's why some of us may never be able to work with any government. This our mouth must open in the service of God and country. That is why some of us may never ever be rich. I have psyched my mind for that. I will work as hard as I can, diligently. If it comes, glory to the Most High. If it doesn't, I've already psyched my mind. To be rich, you have to be corrupt in my country. To be rich, you have to be a bootlicker. To be rich, you have to be a yes man. When you criticize a big man, the first thing is that, but the other day he was in my office and I gave him an envelope. So what? Thank you for the envelope. It did so well to give me energy to speak against the evil that you're doing. Should I say it again? And your Blakk Rasta na no ma we share na o no envelope no. Onwa okay I want say na wa. But that's it. Envelope na boa me pa. Sa da no na come di me pa. Di me didi ye no. Ma me energy kakra. E ma me kasa against all the evil in our society, including the evil that you've been doing. Come here. My brother, it is what it is. It is what it is. NPP people went to the port to find out who was where. Is there an NDC person here? Oh yes, here. Whose son is that? It is ASIEDU NKETIAH. We get them. Abi say be mosquito. We go show and say be mosquito spray. We'll see. Hey, where is his boss? This man. If you don't sack him, we will revoke your license. You go home hungry. The cowardly boss who knows that laws do not work in Ghana. So, okay, yes, sir. He calls ASIEDU NKETIAH'S son. Oh, Charlie, Chase. So, when him say, Ejuma de, oh boy, Ejuma pa. Mi fellow pa, we Ejuma. How be a pewasem. We are shada. Unya anything bad da. Nanso. Ye, nansui. Politics. They say politics. Politics. MPP for say yeah, you a dear. Omobe good company no. Charles starts crying, says, Bosu. Say, minkwa minti. And a nipa besa 30. Duane bebe bo mwa. Endie. My Yesu. Mwenye mi free ho. Even if I were the one, I would say the same thing. Because of me, 600 people should not suffer. He will go home. He will go home and do sakawa. He will go home and do betting. He will go home and be a male prostitute. He will go home and go by road to Libya trying to enter Spain. And they catch him and shoot him and kill him. And you'll be happy. So you see our nation? But if institutions were working, we would trace and find out that he was employed properly. In this case, it's even a private company. So you have no business with a private company. You need people like us and you, wherever you are, to change this country. Let the change start with you. If I were the boss, I would tell these NPP people that, no, sir, that boy is not going anywhere. Revoke the license. I got the license properly. Revoke it. Let's go to court. Put your judges and lawyers in the court there. Let the whole world see that some injustice has happened here. I prefer going hungry. over my right, to be satisfied over my wrongs. So ASIEDU NKETIAH'S son, your father's party is in power. They will give you high positions, what you have lost. The Christian will say what the locusts and all the cankerworms have eaten now will be replenished several fold. But be careful you don't treat the other party that left power like that, because it's a cycle. It will come back and bite you. Institutions must work, or else we are doomed. I tell you something. There was a young girl I liked when I was at the university. Nice, sexy girl. And I was always a shy guy. I couldn't even go tell a girl that I liked her. So I did what will attract them to me. In class, I answered all the questions. I was smart, sharp. And ladies love guys who are smart. But this girl wasn't coming. One day I decided to go tell her that, Charlie, I was stammering. I'm a stammerer. And that day I stammered even the more. A lady looked at me and she told me that, oh, I don't think I like you. Straight. Most ladies out of respect will say, let me go and think about it. And you will never see them again. This one just told me, and she was looking at me. The way she made them up. I said, okay. Yes, and I left. It wasn't long. Some expatriates came into the school and put me in a certain position to handle a few things. And we're doing some auditioning for other people who could earn extra on campus and the rest. They trusted me, they liked me. And I was the boss. Auditioning, then this young lady came. She saw me sitting there. She thought that I was also coming for the auditioning, not knowing I was the one going to audition her. When we went into the audition room and I was the one sitting there, she came and sat down and I looked at her. I asked her 1 or 2 questions. I realized that she answered them quite well. In fact, when she came, thinking that I was also coming for the auditioning, she came with a guy. And the way they were touching each other and holding each other in front of me, as if it was to tease me and say, oh, we are loose, guy. We're loose too. You lose. I asked her 1 or 2 questions. I realized she was tensed. I spoke with her a little bit. I realized she answered the questions good. And we needed somebody like that to do whatever we're doing. I hired her. Oh, yes. It's confidence plus competence. That should work. Not past grudges. I can employ my enemy as long as he can do the work best. That's personal. The bigger picture is Ghana, if he can deliver for Ghana. The lady was shocked. Unfortunately, the contract was just for, I think, 2 months or so. Within 1.5 months, she was trying to get closer and closer to me. Sometimes she'll bring me some lunch and something like that. You could see that she wanted to say, oh, right now, me feel low. But I don't give people like that an opportunity anymore. You didn't like me because you thought that I was a riff-raff, something. All of a sudden, you realize that, oh, I have a few muscles to flex. So, do you want to be friends with me again? We can be high. Study each other from afar and see if we can do something. That's what I'm looking out for in leadership. Sour grapes should be put aside. Choose who can do the work. Nkrumah chose a lot of people who were not necessarily his friends. Put them into power. Some of them spoke against him. He still kept them there. Now with us, it's about sour grapes and what is called vindictiveness. You know that word, right? It's a black pot. AKA Kokoshonamo, where we speak truth to power. Shall we look at your final messages and we are done for the day? And it's going to be quick, I promise you that. Sammy Flex TV. Hey, Black Rasta. I hope I've not missed the McDAN'S story yet. Sammy Flex, how are you doing? My boss, where's Sammy Flex's photograph? Yeah, that's there. I wish I could pull it out and show it to you. Saying, Sammy Flex. Okay, let me get out of shot and get the photo and bring it. I'm taking it off the wall. I'm back. That's how Blakk Rasta is. This guy did something very, very instrumental in my life. I put him on radio. Sammy Flex. I put him on radio. He enjoyed what we did together. And then when there was a chance for him, he became a manager. The same story I'm talking about. For xylophone. Now, one wanted the station to be for his musicians. Just come and play your music and go away. He said, no, we have to make it a serious station. There's only one man in the whole Ghana that I think can help me do this. And that guy is Blakk Rasta. That was how I came back on radio after I left his FM. And he made sure that I got some good money. I never forget who fed me 20 years ago, 50 years ago. So I have his photo. Everywhere I go, every studio I go, I put this photo there. There's number one also hanging there. If I had time, I could go and pull it out. And other people who supported me in the past is just to say, may that say, if tomorrow Sammy Flex, me and him even fall out, I still have this. And if there's an opportunity, I will still give to him. May that say. All right. So Sammy Flex TV says, oh, I missed. Damn. I say, I will watch after the live broadcast. Thank you so much. Kojo One Full says, I often wonder why so many ones watch but don't click the thumbs up button. Blessing Blakk Rasta. Keep up the good job. Eddie says, Ghana has to work for the ordinary citizen to live normal lives. Power can be a curse in the hands of shallow-minded people. I agree with you, Eddie. I agree with you. I do. Ghana for all. All right. Jomo Lloyd says, I am a native of Adan and I'm disappointed in the Electrochemical company. In fact, they did the good people of Adan more harm than good. Thank God this empire is coming to an end. Well, really? TCJJ says, greetings, Kingmaker. Justice before peace. Oi. Mark Romeo Fori says, Kelewele IGP. Yeah, he fried some kelewele. I think the other day he cooked mpoto too. I like him. Tom Paul says, good question to Dan Parry, my brother. You know, sir. Ali says, Chinese laughing. Tom Paul says, Dan Parry is same as zombie police. Really? Young Jay says, Anagbela Afare says, Salaga soldier. Kweku Embil. Oh gosh. Baba Kweku. Says, greetings, Blakk Rasta. Keep the fire burning. Love and respect. Love you. Pascal Some says, praises. Aminu Gaucho says, Blakk, in fact, the way JM has started clearly shows us there are good times ahead. Let's all keep praying for our leader so that he will protect the stolen public purse. How is he going to protect a purse that has been stolen? Okay, maybe find the stolen purse and then protect it. I understand. Blakk, keep it up. We are with you. Apaglia Emmanuel. Apaglia Emmanuel says, "Woyoy." Pop Sayo says, Blakk Rasta. This is your little brother Ndewura. Pop Sayo. Blakk Rasta, may God guide you and protect you always, because we really love you. Yes, I love you too. Blessed love, guidance, and protections. Well, this is all time will allow us, and I want to say thank you so much. I appreciate you and I love you. On behalf of Sammy Flex, it's not the manager of Shatawale, and of course my own behalf, I want to say I love you, I appreciate you. Have a beautiful Friday. Hey! Away! Wayo!